Hi! I need to learn how to start videos. I really do. Okay, so I decided to make a rant video. I had tried to film this earlier and got really off topic, so this is take number 2. Hopefully I won't have to do a third take. I just want to rant about how lately I've been noticing people don't really understand certain terms, like the term nerd or geek or hippie or hipster or otaku or whatever. Like, people can define certain things the way they want to define them. What you may think is what you may think's a nerd may be completely different to what I think is a nerd, but generally speaking, there has been a lot of misunderstanding with a lot of these phrases and labels or terms or whatever you want to call them. And I was talking to my friend who lives over in England. I love her very much. Shout out to you. Love you. I was talking with her on Skype, and she was saying how she was out shopping with her friend the other day, and she saw a bunch of girls wearing shirts that said geek on it. And if I thinking about this the right way, it's probably one of the shirts where it's like in caps and bright purple and that says geek, kind of like the YOLO shirts or the Everyday I'm Shuffling shirts, or the shirts that you can basically buy down at like the Jersey Shore or whatever. And usually when I see people for the first time, even without me really talking to them, sometimes I can get a feel of what they're really like, kind of like a first impression. I try not to judge people too quickly, really, I don't, but with certain people, they basically wear a label on their forehead that gives it away of who they really are. And I'm pretty sure that those girls aren't geeks at all. And that kind of frustrates me, because now apparently it's cool to want to be a geek. But I'm pretty sure that they were the ones that were bullying all of us actual geeks when we were kids and we were growing up, or even still today. All I'm gonna say is haters gonna hate. Oh god, I'm such a nerd. So I just want to say that, guys, don't misinterpret things, don't assume things, don't jump to conclusions, don't just label something too quickly, or, I don't even like labels, to be completely honest. But hey, if someone wants to call me a geek, someone calls me a nerd, someone calls me a dork, I really don't care. I know what I am and who I am. You really don't, unless you're like one of my really close friends or my boyfriend. But just be careful what terms you toss around, because it could be offensive. Some people may not want to be labeled something, or are trying to fit into a certain label. Don't try to just fit in somewhere because you think it's cool. Don't think that wearing glasses and a shirt that says geek on it makes you a geek, because being a geek is cool now. Another thing of why it seems like being a nerd is cool, they just came out with a show called King of the Nerds. And I watched the first 2 episodes, and some of them are pretty nerdy, and like I don't know, just like the nerd community, a lot of people just label us wrong. And the problem with reality TV shows is that it's not actually reality, and they just chose the worst possible nerds ever to represent the rest of the nerds. So I just want to get that off my chest. This is just a rant. Feel free to disagree with me. I'm not, like, hating on anybody or whatever, but I just general rule of thumb, be careful what terms you throw around, be careful what you say or do, because you could be offending someone. And I don't want people to get, offended if it can be prevented. So just be careful, and I'm not saying I don't throw labels around loosely too. Sometimes I do, but I'm gonna try harder not to anymore. So, alright. See you guys!